So go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat and sit up nice and tall. Maybe rest your hands on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. Long, slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. And then while you're monitoring and watching your breath, maybe notice the rise and the fall of your belly as you take in the deep breaths. Notice the expansion of your belly on the inhale, and then the fall of the belly on your exhale. And just spend a few moments not just watching your breath, but also watching the rise and the fall of your belly and the rhythm of the rise and the fall. Now breathe in a few more breaths. And then open your eyes and slowly make your way to tabletop. That's where we'll start off today. Start off in a tabletop position. Let me close this door. When you get in your tabletop position, shift your weight back towards your heels, making your hands light, and then turn both palms upside down, fingertips facing each other. And then slowly begin to shift your weight back into the back side of your palms, just gently, just shift forward just slightly, just enough so that you can get a good stretch in the back side of your wrist. And if everything's feeling pretty good there, then you want to let your shoulders slide from one side of the mat to the other side of the mat. Feel free to give that a try. If it's too much pressure, then just back off. And then after you've done an even number on each side, come back to center, shift your hips back, making your hands light, and then flip your hands over, palms down, fingertips facing away from each other this time. And then once again, exhale, let your shoulders slide towards the right. Inhale to center, and exhale to the left. And then flow back and forth using your own breath. And then after you've done an even number of each, make your way back to a tabletop position. Press all 10 fingers into the mat, and then flow through a few cat-cows with your own breath. Lifting your chin, letting your belly fall on your inhale, pulling your chin to chest, rounding the middle part of your back on your exhale, and then flow through your cat and cow. And if you want to add in some side spine flexion, maybe look over one shoulder and then over the other, moving your spine left to right. And then make your way back to a neutral tabletop. Once you get to your tabletop, tuck your toes, and on your inhale, lift your knees up off of the mat about an inch, maybe 2. And then exhale, lift your hips up towards the sky, towards down dog. Inhale, lower back down to that hover position, about an inch off the mat. Exhale, back to down dog. One more time. Inhale to the hover position. And exhale, down dog. Once you get to down dog this time, maybe pedal your feet out in your down dog. And then just take a few breaths here in your down dog. And then maybe step your feet forward towards your hands about, 6 to 12 inches. So making your down dog a little bit shorter. Brace your core. On your exhale, take your right hand to your left ankle or your left shin, and then maybe take your gaze under your left shoulder. Release your right hand back to down dog, and then we'll switch sides. Take your left hand to your right ankle or right shin, and gaze under your right shoulder this time. And then make your way back to your down dog. Now walk to the front of the mat and forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Knees up or down this first time through, your choice. Inhale, exhale down. Untuck your toes, press into your hands, lift your chest up off the mat into cobra pose. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths here in your down dog. Step, walk, or hop to the front of the mat, forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up, hands up to the sky. Exhale, sit like you're sitting into a chair. Strong through your legs, arms lifted up to the sky. If you can lift your arms a little higher, maybe give that a go. If you can sink a little lower into your chair, sink a little lower. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. From your down dog position, lift your right leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. Trying to keep your hips square with the mat. On your exhale, take your right knee towards your left elbow. So sweep it across. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale your right knee towards your right elbow. I'm sorry, right knee towards your left elbow. Sweep it across again. Sorry about that. And then sweep it back up to the sky. And then one more time, right knee towards left elbow. Sweep it back up to the sky. And then exhale, step your right foot all the way through. Just left foot to warrior one. So bring your foot forward, heel on the ground, left heel on the mat. Press into both feet, weight evenly distributed between both feet. Rise up, hands up to the sky, warrior one. Take a breath or two here, every muscle engaged. Lower your hands down behind your back. Interlace your fingers, press them down towards the floor, and then exhale, fold to the inside of your front leg. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed between both feet if possible, rather than shifting your weight forward. Inhale, rise back up, sweep your hands up to the sky. Frame out your front foot and sweep it back to plank. Press all 10 fingers firmly into the mat. Couple of breaths here in your plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down, tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. On your exhale, take your left knee towards your right elbow, sweeping it across. Inhale, back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee towards right elbow once again. Inhale, back up to the sky. And third time, exhale, left knee towards right elbow. Inhale, back up to the sky. And then exhale, step your left leg through between your hands. Right foot to warrior one. Rise up strong again, hands up to the sky, warrior one. And breathe here. Sweep your hands down behind your back, interlace your fingers. Press your hands down towards the floor. Exhale, hinge and fold to the inside of your front leg. Press into both feet, rise back up strong with your core. Sweep your hands back up to the sky. Frame out your front foot, sweep it back to plank. And 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. Step, walk, or hop to the front of the mat, forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up. Hands up to the sky. Sit like you're sitting into a chair. Inhale, rise up, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. Now step, walk, or hop to the front of the mat, forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up, hands up to the sky. Exhale, your hands down to mountain pose. When you get to your mountain pose, shift your weight over into your right foot as you lift your left knee up. Slow and in control, step your left leg back towards your high lunge. Once your toes touch the ground, roll back onto both, where the weight's evenly distributed between both feet, and sweep your hands up to the sky in the high lunge. From your high lunge position, straighten your right leg. I'll give you a choice here. You can stay here in your high lunge with your left heel up off of the mat, or you can lower that left heel down for a little more stability if you like. And then exhale, fold over your front leg. Hands can go wherever they're comfortable, up on the upper part of your leg, lower part of your leg, or all the way down on the mat. Just wherever they fall most comfortable for you. Key point, press that that right knee towards straight, getting it that good hamstring stretch in that right leg. Walk your hands around to the left edge of the mat. Pull your toes with you so that your feet are parallel to each other in a wide leg fold. Let your head hang heavy here in your wide leg fold. And then slowly begin to walk your hands towards your right toes. As you do that, bend your right knee. Feel free to use your hands on the mat as much as you would like. And if you would like, take your left toes and spin them up in the air. That's your choice. Another option, keep your hands on the floor, or you can bring your hands to prayer, making it a little more challenging. Breathe. Walk your hands back to the center and pull your feet parallel to each other, straightening both legs back to your wide leg fold. Next, walk your hands towards your left toes, bending your left knee, side lunge. Once again, you can lift your right toes up off the floor as an option. You can keep your hands on the mat as an option, or bring your hands to prayer. And breathe here. I can tell I haven't been in the gym for a while. My legs are a little jello-y, a little shaky today. Slowly walk your hands back to the middle of the mat. Bring your feet back parallel to each other, wide leg fold once again. And once again, let your head hang heavy. Now slowly pull your heels towards each other. As you do, begin to bend your knees into your wide sumo squat position. Brace your core, rise up, bring your arms to a field goal post. From this position, your knees have a tendency to want to cave in. Don't let them do that. Pull your knees away from each other towards your pinky toes. Inhale, rise up, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, Squat and arms back to field goal. Pull your elbows towards your back body a little bit more. Check your knees, make sure they're not caving in. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, squat and pull. Lower your hands back down towards the mat. Pull your feet parallel with each other once again. Wide leg fold. Walk your hands back around towards the front of the mat. Pull your toes with you back to your high lunge or your warrior one position, whichever one you choose. Super back heel can be lifted or up, whichever you choose. Inhale, rise up, hands up to the sky once again. Straighten your right leg. And then exhale, fold over your right leg one more time. Again, pressing that right knee towards straight, working on that hamstring on that right leg. Slowly bend your right knee back into a lunge position once again, and then shift your weight forward till your back foot is light. Once it's light, lift your back toes up off of the mat. And then rise up, bringing your hands up to the sky, and then pull your left knee through with your left knee lifted in front. Let me slip back just a little bit. And we'll integrate our balance with our flow today. Take your right leg, extend your right leg forward. And then bend your right knee once again. On your exhale, left knee. On your exhale, take your right hand to your left knee. Take your left hand, reach towards the back of the mat. If all that's working out good, then maybe take your gaze over your left shoulder. Slowly bring your gaze back to the front of the mat, and then sweep your hands back up to the sky, and then lower your left leg down, and lower your hands down, and just take a breath and shake everything out. And then once you're ready, come back to your mountain pose. I'll switch into the mat so that I'm facing you. I don't have my back to you when you go to this other side. From your mountain pose, slowly shift your weight into your left leg. Once it's there, lift your right knee up. And then slowly step your right leg back. Once again to your high lunge position. Roll back into that right leg so that your weight's evenly distributed. Bring your hands up to the sky, high lunge. Just like on the other side, you can keep your right heel lifted, or you can lower it down to the mat for stability as you straighten your left leg, and then exhale, fold over your left leg. Slowly walk your hands around to the right side of the mat, pulling your toes with you. Wide leg fold to this right side. Walk your hands towards your left toes, bend your left knee, side lunge to the left. Maybe peel your right toes up, just like on the other side. Hands can stay on the mat or come up to prayer. Your choice. And breathe. Walk your hands back to center. Pull your feet parallel to each other once again, and one more wide leg fold. Walk your hands towards your right toes. Bend your right knee. Maybe peel your left toes up. And then if you want to bring your hands to prayer, you can have that in as well. And breathe. Walk your hands back to the center of the mat. Feet parallel with each other. One more wide leg fold. Pull your heels towards each other. Bend your knees back to your sumo squat position again. Once your base is strong, rise up. Bring your arms to field goal pose. Once again, check your alignment of your knees. Don't let them cave. Brace your core. Chest lifting, no dumping in your low back. Knit those rib cage muscles in. Inhale, rise up, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, squat, field goal pose. Maybe a little lower in your squat this time. Once again, rise and reach. Exhale, squat, field goal. Remember to keep your core engaged here. Exhale, forward fold. Feet parallel to each other once again into one final wide leg fold on this side. Walk your hands back around to the front of the mat. Point your toes back towards the front of the mat. Once again, your right heel can be lifted, or you can lower it down into warrior one position, your choice. Press into both feet, rise up, hands up to the sky. Strong again here in this warrior one. Begin to straighten your left leg, and then exhale, fold over your left leg. Then bend your left knee once again, and then begin to shift your weight forward into your left foot. Once that right foot's light, lift it up off of the mat a few inches, and then slowly begin to rise up, bracing your core, pulling your right knee through. Take a step back. And then extend your right leg. And then bend your right leg one more time. Sweep your hands up to the sky. On your exhale, take your left hand to your right knee. Take your right hand towards the back of the mat. And if all of that's working out good, exhale your gaze over your right shoulder. Bring your gaze back forward. Sweep your hands back up to the sky. And then lower your foot back down to the mat. Lower your hands back down to the mat. And then shake everything out. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to your mountain pose. Maybe close your eyes for just a moment, just to reset and refocus. Inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Once you get the plank, lower your knees down, untuck your toes. Exhale, sit back towards your heels, towards child's pose. Bring your head down towards the mat. And just take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, rise up to your tabletop position. Once you get to tabletop, extend your right hand with your thumb up and extend your left leg back. Brace your core. Turn your extended foot parallel to the ground, strong into your left hand and right knee, and then take your left foot and your right hand and sweep them out to the side. And then bring them back to the front. Once again, sweep them out to the side and bring them back to the front. And then lower your hand and knee back down to your tabletop position. And we'll switch sides. Extend your left hand and your right leg. Turn your right foot parallel to the floor. Sweep your right foot and your left hand out to the side. And then back to center. Again, sweep them out to the side. And then back to center. Lower your hand and your knee back down. And then sit back onto your heels into your hero pose. And maybe massage your wrists out for just a moment. And then once you're ready, make your way back to your tabletop position. Press all 10 fingers firmly into the mat. Tuck your toes and then lift your knees up to a plank position. And then maybe walk your toes a little bit wider than hips width. On your exhale, let both knees fall over to the right. Both heels fall over to the right. Take your left hand, lift your left hand up to the sky. Maybe take your gaze up towards your left hand or look down at the floor, whichever your neck says is okay today. Slowly lower your left hand back down, peel your heels back up to your plank pose. And then on to the other side, let both heels fall over to the left. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Maybe take your gaze up towards your right thumb this time. Lower your right hand back down, peel your heels back up to your plank pose once again. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose. And then lower back down. Once you get back down, pull your elbows under your shoulders into Sphinx pose. And just take a couple of breaths here to reset from that plank work. Maybe press your shoulder blades up and away from your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Press your hands into the floor. And breathe here. Chin is in a neutral position. It's not tucked. It's not lifted. It's just in a neutral position to put your spine in a good, safe place. Slowly lower down to the floor. Bring your hands by your chest. Tuck your toes. Inhale. And then exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths here. A step, walk, or hop to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up, hands up to the sky. And exhale, chair pose. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky, three-leg down dog. Exhale, step your right foot through between your hands. Spin your back foot to warrior two, so your front heel is in a line with your back arch. Weight evenly distributed between both feet. Once your base is strong, rise up strong. Core, using your core, bring your arms to a T, warrior two. Maybe take your gaze over your right fingers. Take your right hand, either lower your right elbow down to your right knee or bring your right hand down to the inside of your right leg. Left hand reaches up to the sky, and then maybe take your gaze up to the sky. Again, strong through your core. Inhale, rise up. Spin your right hand, drop your left, lift your right hand up to the sky. Keeping your upper body just where it is, straighten your right leg out. Reach a little longer with your right hand. Bend your right knee back to warrior two. Inhale, arms back to warrior two. Breathe. Windshield wiper, frame out your front foot, sweep it back to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down, tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky, three-leg down dog. Exhale, step your left foot all the way through. Spin your right foot to warrior two. Strong base, rise up. Arms to your T. Warrior two, gaze over your left fingers this time. And continue to breathe. Every muscle in your body engaged again. And then on your exhale, either bring your left elbow towards your left knee or bring your left hand to the inside of your left leg. Right hand up to the sky. Maybe gaze up towards your right thumb. Brace your core. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Spin your left hand. Drop your right hand. Lift your left hand up to the sky, exalted warrior. Once again, keep your upper body right where it is. Straighten your left leg. Lift your left hand a little higher, creating a little more extension through that left side body. Bend your left knee back to warrior two. And then inhale, arms back to warrior two. Windshield wiper, frame out your front foot. Sweep it back to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, then exhale back, down dog. Take about 3 breaths here in your down dog. From your down dog position, lift your left leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. And on your exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. And then lower your right knee down to low lunge. Now your back toe, your right toes, they can be tucked or untucked, your choice. We're headed into this lizard pose, so you want your front leg to be kind of in a 90-degree angle, pretty close to it. And you want your left hip, this left hip, extended in front of your left knee. Hands, you can keep your hands right here under your chest, or if your hamstring and backside body flexibility lets you, maybe lower down onto your elbows. It's your choice. And just find some space to breathe here. If your hands aren't under your chest, go ahead and walk them there now. And then feel free to stay right here for a breath, or if you want a little change of pace, maybe shift your weight over into your right hand as you take your left hand on your left knee and press your left knee away as your left foot rolls onto the outside edge of your left foot. Release your foot back down to the floor. Bring your left hand back down to the floor. Tuck your right toes if they're not already tucked, and then lift your right knee back up to a lifted lunge position. Press into your hands, press into your right foot, and then take your left foot and sweep it back up to the sky, three-leg down dog. Give you a choice here. Either lower your left foot back down to the mat, or if you want a little more challenge, roll forward to plank with your left foot lifted. And then lower your left foot down to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Hook your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. And then lift your right leg up to the sky, three-leg down dog. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then once you're there, lower your left knee down to your lizard position on this opposite side. Again, left toes can be tucked or untucked, your choice. And also, just like the other side, hands can be under your chest, or you can lower down onto your elbows, your choice. And just continue to breathe in and breathe out. If your hands aren't under your chest, bring them back there now. And just like the other side, feel free to stay right here. If you want a little change to this pose, bring your weight into your left hand as you take your right hand on your right knee. Press your right knee away from your body as you roll your right foot onto the outside edge of your right foot. Release your right foot back down to the floor. Bring your right hand back down to the floor. Tuck your left toe if it's not already tucked, and lift your left knee back to a lunge position. Press into your hands, press into your left foot. Press your shoulder blades up and away from your shoulders as you sweep your right leg back up to the sky, three-leg down dog. And just like the other side, feel free to lower your right leg back down to the floor or roll forward to plank pose with that right leg lifted. Lower that right leg down to the floor. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Inhale to tabletop. And exhale to child's pose once again. Take a few breaths here in your child's pose. You can keep your hands extended out in front, or you can sweep your hands around by your side, maybe turn your palms up to the sky, and just let your arms rest by your legs and breathe here. If you've got your arms around by your legs, bring them back forward in front of you. As you inhale, rise back up to tabletop. When you get to tabletop, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, left foot to the outside of your left hand, and sit into your low yoga squat, pressing your elbows into your knees, bringing your hands to prayer, core braced, chest lifted. As you breathe in your yoga squat. Slowly release down to the mat. Roll down onto your back, pulling your knees into your chest. As you hug your knees in, maybe rock side to side for a moment or two, massaging your low back. And then release back up to center. As you do that, lower your right foot down to the floor. Take your left ankle across your right knee. Lift your right knee up off of the floor, pulling your right knee towards your chest. And then use your hands around your hamstring if you like to create more extension in the pose. Recline figure 4. Lower your right foot down to the floor. And then lower your left foot down to the floor, and we'll switch sides. Take your right ankle across your left knee. Lift your left foot off the floor, pulling your left knee towards your chest. And then just like the other side, maybe take your hands around your hamstring and pull your knee just a little closer. Lower your left foot back down to the floor, just a little bit wider than your hips. And then lower your right foot down to the floor, just a little wider than your hips. Bring your arms to a T or a field goal, and on your exhale, let both knees windshield wiper over to the right. Inhale to center, and exhale to the left. And now just moving with your own breath, just windshield wiper your legs, right and left. After you've done an even number on both sides, meet me back at the center once again, pulling your ankles so that they touch together, and then exhale, let both knees fall away from each other, recline butterfly. Inhale your knees back up to center. And then exhale, extend your legs forward onto the mat. Just let your feet flop over to the side as you come into your final resting pose. With a slight change today, maybe place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And then bring your attention to your breath. And just let your feet rest over to the side. Let your elbows rest onto the floor with your hand, one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. As you watch your breath, notice the rise of your belly. And when your belly is full, notice the slight rise in your chest. And then on the exhale, just the opposite, slight fall in your chest. And then the belly falls all the way back down to where it started. Spend a few moments watching the breath come in and come out, and noticing the rise and the fall of your hand. Let's get into a good, nice, steady breathing rhythm. Now breathe in a few more breaths. And then begin to bring movement back to your body as you move your arms and legs, hands and feet. In any way that you need to move to get the blood flowing once again. Get the energy going back through your body. And then when you're ready, make your way back up to a nice comfortable seat. My thinkative thought of the week this week comes back to training our minds. And this is the thought. Your life is always moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts. So think about what direction your strongest thoughts are taking you in. Are they taking you into a positive direction, or are they taking you into a more negative direction? And so that's what our breathing practices and our meditation practices are all about, is training our minds to be able to move them in a positive direction as opposed to a negative direction. And that statement is so true. Your life is always moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts. So that's kind of the challenge this week, to try to get your mind moving into the realm of the positive thoughts, not the negative thoughts. On your inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, press them back down towards the ground. And once again, inhale up, together at the top. And exhale down to heart center. Have a blessed week. Thanks for allowing me to lead your practice today.